Hi guys, it's Caitlin and today I'm going to be doing a book unhaul. So I recently moved out of my apartment and into a house, and in doing so, obviously you pack and unpack a lot of books. And it came to my attention that there were a lot of books on my shelves that, one, I don't like, and two, I have no interest in reading, so I decided to go ahead and get rid of them to clear out my shelves and to make more space for books I'll enjoy. So I'm actually getting rid of a huge box of them. This box weighs like 7 million pounds. The first book I'm unhauling today is Fallen by Lauren Kate. This is the first book in a series following a girl named, I think her name is Lucy, but when I tried to read this book, I called her Luce. Starts going to this boarding school, and this book supposedly has something to do with with fallen angels. And I just didn't like it. I tried to read it, I got about halfway through, and literally nothing had happened. I kind of felt like, and I'm not saying it was this when the author started writing it, I'm just saying it felt like the author was trying to make a fallen angel version of Twilight, but the difference between the main love interest in this book and Edward Cullen is Edward Cullen was at least nice to Bella. Daniel, the love interest in this, was just a douche. I didn't finish this book, I don't intend to, and I don't need it taking up space on my shelves. The next book I'm getting rid of is Blessed by Tanya Hurley. I tried to read this one too, couldn't get into it. It essentially follows three girls who basically end up in the hospital for a variety of reasons at the same time, and they're like angels or something. One of them is in the hospital because she slit her wrist, one's in the hospital because she overdosed on drugs, and I don't remember why the other one's in the hospital. Maybe she's like a candy striper or something. But I tried reading this, this kind of like godlike character who appears to them and start trying to give them their mission and stuff. I just thought he was weird, so I won't continue this book. I'm not going to finish it, so why keep it? The next book I'm going to get rid of is Love Saves the Day by Gwen Cooper. This book is about a cat, and it follows the cat's perspective. I thought this book was cute. It was sweet. It made me cry a couple times. I'm a cat person, so obviously. But I'm not going to reread it. I had trouble getting through it the first time, not because I didn't like it, just the story was really slow and kind of boring. It's told from a cat's perspective. This is a cat who is an indoor-only cat and is home alone 23 hours a day. So there's really not much going on in this cat's life. It's about, like I said, a cat who was adopted by this woman, and then this woman has a heart attack and she dies, but the cat doesn't know she dies. All the cat knows is that she's sent to live with this woman's estranged daughter. I liked it. I just won't reread it again, and this one's actually making me a little sad to get rid of. But next book I'm unhauling is The Eternal Ones by Kirsten Miller. This book is about reincarnation. Basically, this girl from a small southern town has always had these visions of a past life. Her grandmother's always told her this is satanic stuff, but it turns out that she is reincarnated and she's trying to find her reincarnated lover, and it turns out that he is also looking for her, and they never know how to find each other, but he's a famous celebrity and they meet up and blah blah. I liked it. I won't reread it again. There was just too much kind of weirdness. It was just everybody lying to each other over stupid stuff constantly was the only thing that kept the story going. I'm not going to be finishing the series, and I won't be rereading this, so I don't really see a point in keeping it on my shelves. The next book I picked up was Nightshade by Andrea Kramer. This is the first book in a series about werewolves. I think I tried to pick it up once. I just couldn't get into it. I found the werewolf genre entirely disappointing though, and this book was no exception, so I'm going to go ahead and just unhaul this one because I'm never going to read it. The next book I'm getting rid of is Seraphina by Rachel Hartman. It's about a girl named Seraphina who is half dragon in an age where there's a very feeble peace treaty between the dragons and the humans, and her identity as a half dragon is a secret. She is the head of music or something for the king, And, you know, it's a good concept, but at the end of it, I was bored by the story and I'm not going to finish reading the series. I'm also going to be getting rid of North of Beautiful by Justina Chen Headley. This is a contemporary book following a girl named Tara Cooper. She has like a port wine stain on her cheek and it's huge, and a port wine stain is like a red birthmark. And it has an abusive relationship with her father, not like disgustingly abusive. It's like he's an alcoholic and beats up on her and her mom and is just a drunk. But she covers up with like pounds and pounds of makeup, and she's dating the most popular boy in class, but she's not being real. And then she meets a boy with scarring from a former cleft palate that was repaired, and he gets her into geocaching, and she starts kind of rediscovering who she is and who she wants to be and whether or not she should really have to cover up that port wine stain or anything else about herself. I liked it okay, I just won't ever read it again. The next book I'm getting rid of is Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard of this or seen the movie. It essentially follows a young girl and her father, and when her father reads books, he reads things into them and things out of them. So, for example, he read a book at one point and read a woman into the book and a villain out of it on accident. I'm only getting rid of this because it's a duplicate and the other copy is hardback. The next book I'm getting rid of is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. I liked this book. It's about this person who dies. It kind of details how they died and how their death impacted people around them and stuff leading up to the death. And then once he dies, he meets 5 people who he knew in life who had a huge impact on him as a person and the choices he made. I really did like this book. It was kind of a little bit mind-blowing. It's just not a book I'll read again. It's not really my style of book, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and give this to my mother or something. The next book I'm getting rid of is Beautiful Creatures by Margaret Stoll and Cami Garcia. I've never read this. I've never seen the show. I picked it up when it first came out, and it wasn't awful, but it was kind of dull, and I found myself not caring when I put it down. And sometimes intentionally stopping reading a little earlier than I normally would have just because I was bored and I didn't care about the characters. So yeah, this one's going by. And finally, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the first 11 books in the Morganville Vampires series by Rachel Kane. I started reading these books a long time ago, and I really enjoyed them initially, but then there was just all this time between me finishing one of the books and before I picked up the next 6 in the series, and by then I had forgotten what happened, so I went back and tried to reread them, but they're just not interesting to me anymore, so I'm probably just going to get rid of those. So this isn't actually in order. Obviously I had them in a box, so they got all shuffled around, and it would take me probably longer than I want to spend to reorganize them just for this video. So in no particular order, the books in the series consist of Glass Houses, The Dead Girls Dance, Lord of Misrule, Feast of Fools, Kiss of Death, Fade Out, Carpe Corpus, Last Breath, Bite Club, and Ghost Town. I'm actually kind of sad to get rid of those because obviously I have all but the last 4 or 5 books in the series, and I really did enjoy them initially, but I just don't see myself going back and rereading those. That was all I had for today. Go ahead and comment down below with any suggestions or questions you have for me. Let me know if any of those books you've read and absolutely loved or hated, or if there are any of them that you were like, no, you need to go back, restart, give it another chance. As for now, that's all I've got. Go ahead and hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching my video. Bye!